Here is my 1991 Hoover Elite 2 Total System Performance 430, model U4617-910. Now I have had this machine for quite a few months now. I just never actually did a overview and demo video of it after I'd finished cleaning it up. I don't know why, but I figured since I've got some time off today, I thought I might as well do that, and here we are. So, the Elite 2 is my all-time favourite Hoover Elite. I absolutely love the Elite 2s. There's just something about them, they look so cool. All the Elites look cool, I think, but the Elite 2s in particular, especially this burgundy colour one. But the Elite 2s, I believe, were one of the original Elites to have onboard tools. As you can see, it's branded Total System. Now, we did have the Total System branding on our Turbo Power 1s back in the late 80s and early 90s. And what Total System meant was that it had the hose and tools permanently attached on board with you wherever you go. And for a vacuum cleaner to have onboard tools in the late 80s and early 90s, both in the UK and America, was quite a high-end feature, and not many uprights had that back then, and it was very expensive to buy a vacuum that had attached tools. So yeah, this was one of the original Elites to have the onboard tools, and I believe there was two models of the Elite 2. There was this model, which had the tool caddy with the plastic non-stretch hose which wrapped around the tool caddy, and this much wider bag which you slide the clip off the top to change the paper bag inside. And there was another version which had a different tool caddy which had a stretch hose, and the hose end, this end here, plugged into the tool caddy here, then looped over, and the hose end here clicked into the tool caddy at the back. Well, it pushed in, but that was like a stretch hose, and the bag was different. It was a lot skinnier than this, and it had a zip on the side, and you change the bag that way. So I think that version was a more deluxe version of the Elite 2, and this was like a mid-range version. Maybe there were different lineups of the Elite 2 in the range. I don't know, but if anyone knows, they could fill me in on that. Anyway, as you can see, it's in pretty good condition. There is some scratching here on the side, and the number 3 there has been a bit scuffed, but general consumers will be general consumers and not care what they bash their vacuums into. But it's in safe hands now, so that's good. The bag's in really good condition. There's no holes in it or tears or anything. And it does have a Turbo Power 1 H4 bag in it at the moment, but I have ordered some genuine Type A bags from American eBay, and they should be here in a week or so. The H4 Turbo Power bags work fine in it, it just doesn't inflate the outer bag as much, which is the reason I like the Type A bags, because it really like puffs up and inflates. So anyway, as you can see, it's got a nice grey rubber bumper that runs all the way around. It says brushed edge cleaning. Now on this you've got a 2-position height adjustment. I believe the Elite 2 that had the stretch hose and the more deluxe bag with the zip on the side had a 4-position height adjustment. But this one's just got 2, so you've got low and high. It's got the nice colour coordinated height adjustment knob. On later Elites it was just made black. I guess that's cost cutting. Got the headlight lens there, and of course the headlight does work. It says Hoover Elite 2 Total System Performance 430. Nice little Hoover badge there. Got the cleaning tools door there, which you lift up and put the hose down there, and that's how you get the suction for your attachments. Got two exhaust grills on the side for the motor to cool down. So here's the bag. Of course it's a soft bag. It's quite a nice design. It's sort of like a burgundy / maroon mottled effect with hints of grey in it. It's a very nice design. It says on there Hoover dual purpose vacuum. Now I did wash this bag and I was very careful with washing it. I didn't put it in the washing machine. I didn't want to risk the logo. I washed it with some hair shampoo rather than laundry detergent because I thought the laundry detergent would attack the transfer, because it's only one of those like iron-on transfers, so it will come off with any sort of agitation or harsh detergent. So I was quite careful with washing that, and fortunately it didn't come off. So to change the bag on this, you pull down the bag spring there and unhook it, and the bag top slides off. You can access the bag inside, the disposable bag. It's quite difficult to change the bag this way because you have to sort of slide the bag inside and then get your hand in here to push it on the fill tube, and it's quite inconvenient. But the bag's relatively clean inside. I have washed it, like I said, but the staining wouldn't really come out without you know, proper stain removers and laundry detergent. But I'd rather have the bag clean and stained inside with a logo rather than clean inside and no logo. But you never see the inside of the bag, do you? So anyway, once you've changed the bag, you just slide this clip back on the top, which is difficult to do with one hand, but it's seems to be working. There we go, and then you just hook it back on the spring up there. Sorry for that little interruption there. So moving round to this side, we can see the tool caddy. So the hose is wrapped around the caddy, so to use it you just unclip it like this. And then you take this end of the hose with the opening facing the wheels and lift up that little door, and it clicks down in place. And then the suction is diverted from the cleaner head through to the hose. Now the suction through the hose is okay, it's not the best, but for the time it was pretty adequate. Definitely stronger than the hose suction on a Hoover convertible of the time. So that's the hose. It's not that long. It's okay for doing your upholstery and most above floor cleaning, but you wouldn't get up the stairs with that, so you'd have to do a staircase balancing act. Either that or buy one of the Hoover brush vacs that were available at the time, which was a bit like a Dirt Devil handy. So to remove the hose, you just press the little clip here and pull it out, and the door will shut on its own with it's spring loaded, and the hose just fits neatly back into the caddy there and just clicks back into place when you're not using it. So these are the onboard tools. You've got the extension wand in the side, and round the back you've got the 3 other tools. You've got the dusting brush with nice soft bristles. It's quite a big dusting brush, that is. It's got nice soft bristles though, and it does have little diagrams showing you where each tool goes. Got the crevice tool in the middle there, and the upholstery tool at the bottom. It's a very good upholstery tool, this. Picks up lint and pet hairs very well, believe it or not. Again, the little diagram there. So those are the tools. A quick release cord hook at the top. The cord is quite short, it's about 6 meters that. Again, I'm not sure of the length in feet, because I know you Americans measure cord length in feet, but that's 6 meters anyway. Of course, 2-prong American plug, because being it's an American vacuum. Lower cord hook there, which doesn't move. Got the handle release pedal there. You've got your normal operating position, you've got 3/4 position for going over door thresholds and things. And you press it again and you get pretty low. You don't get all the way flat because the tool caddy's in the way, but it gets pretty flat to the floor. And of course when you stand it up, it raises the nozzle off the floor. So I think that's it. Oh, I'll show you the brush roll as well. Now, this has got a replacement brush roll. It's a genuine Hoover Elite brush roll, but the brush roll that was in this originally was 1 row bristles. Then the other side was just like flat, sort of like a beta bar. But I swapped it out for a double row brush roll because it performs better. As you can see, it angles all the dirt to the air path there, which is good. Doesn't really edge clean like it claims. Doesn't really get very close to the edge at all. The 2 undercarriage wheels there, and the back wheels. Now here's the rating plate. So it says Hoover Cleaner, the Hoover Company, North Canton, Ohio, 44720. Model U4617-910. 120 volts, 60 Hz, 5 amps. Bag type A, belt 38528-027. Serial number 109100163067. The 1091 means that it was made in October of 1991. So it's knocking on for 23, is it? 23 years? 24 years? Something like that. I'm not good at doing maths on the spot. But anyway, made in USA for household use only. It's quite ironic really because they did do commercial Hoover Elites that were designed for commercial environments, which really were exactly the same as the domestic ones, which I find a bit bizarre. But anyway, I love these switches that they have on the side on a Hoover Elite. It's a rod, a plastic rod, and it runs all the way down to the motor, and on the motor there's a rocker switch, and this rod is shaped at the bottom, so when you move this rod up to the top, it flicks the switch to the on position. When you push it down, the little catch on the end of the rod switches it off again, which is quite ingenious really. Quite weird, but it's very old-fashioned and clunky sounding. So I think that's everything there is to talk about on it. So I'll get it plugged in and I'll be back with you. Okay, so it's plugged into my transformer, and the where it's plugged in is just behind the door there, so as you can see the cord is pretty short. Anyway, I will demonstrate it for you now. It'll be a bit difficult because I've got my camera plugged in here, so try not to get myself tangled up. So, off we go. So it runs pretty well, as you can hear. And of course it does bring the pile up quite well, as you would expect a Hoover to. God, I just made myself sound biased there, but nevertheless. Excuse me. So before I end this video, I will show you the tools in action. So, there we go. So there you go. Oh, I love this machine so much. So, there we have it. So I hope you enjoyed watching. When I put all these tools back on. There we go. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you again